Hey everybody, it's me, RunnerEye, and today we're going to be ranking the top 10 lip syncs in all of Drag Race. Now you may be saying like, whoa, what a controversial video topic for me to do. Like, how am I going to get out of this one unscathed? And the thing is I won't. So I will start this with a little forewarning saying that this is just an excuse for me to talk about these amazing lip syncs from the show. So, just know that this is all for entertainment. This is not a definitive list. We're just gonna be talking about some amazing, phenomenal lip syncs from the show and celebrate them. And for the parameters, we will only be dealing with the American show because I haven't seen all of the other franchises, and I feel like it would be unfair to say that I was, taking those into consideration when I haven't seen them. So we're only going to be doing the American show. But before we get into all of that, it is time for a smooth segue. So Husqvarna is a small family business located in Austria, and you may recognize them because they've sponsored a video of mine before. Husqvarna make unique watches made of organic materials, so all of their products kind of have like this naturalistic kind of like a connecting with nature essence to them. And something that I think is really good to know is that all of the wood that they use is FSC certified, which basically means that all of the wood that they use is like ethically sourced and is in line with procedures that like prevents deforestation, and also it like preserves the wildlife and like natural like ecosystems of the forest that they're getting the wood from. So very good. Husqvarna makes watches and jewelry in both masculine and feminine styles, and they really know how to choose like the perfect photos to show off their watches. Yeah, the watches. So I went with the watch that's called the Observant, which is made of maple and marble, and it has like this cool like sleek look to it. And then I also got this boy right here, the Derivate necklace, which is made of silver and marble, and it's also like waterproof. So if I ever found myself like stranded in like the middle of the ocean, I'd look so fashionable while doing so. You can check out their bestseller section and you can see all the different watches and jewelry that you might like. And they also offer free express worldwide shipping, which means that the products typically arrive within 2 to 5 working days. So like if you're trying to get it for like someone's birthday and you want it to arrive in time or something, it'll be there. So click my link at the top of the description and use my code RunnerEye to get 10% off your first order. Thank you so much to Husqvarna for once again sponsoring the video. I really appreciate it. Now let's get back to the top 10. So at number 10, we have Denali versus Kimura lip syncing to 100% Pure Love by Crystal Waters. Now this was the lip sync from the RuPaul Mark Channel episode from season 13, and we had Denali going up against Kimura Hall. And this is gonna be one of the more one-sided lip syncs on this list. And not to say that Kimura did bad, but she was just very limited in what she could do because she had like this kind of like tight dress with like a train on it. But Denali absolutely like bodied her in this lip sync. Denali had choreographed an entire routine to this exact song. So she like hit every single beat, and she nailed this lip sync so much to the point where it kind of became Denali's anthem afterwards for a while. She was credited by like different news outlets for reviving the song, as like right after the episode aired, the song returned to Billboard's dance/electronic digital song sales chart. And then even Denali said around this time that Crystal Waters herself actually reached out to her and like thanked her personally for helping the song, get back on the charts. And then Denali used the hype that was kind of created from, this lip sync to make like a music video of sorts that kind of like highlighted different drag performers in Chicago, because that's the scene that she is a part of. And so she used, this kind of like big moment for her, and she kind of like spread it among her peers, which is cool. So, that reads as success to me. Now at number 9, we had Monet Exchange and Dusty Ray Bottoms lip syncing to Pound the Alarm by Nicki Minaj. Now this was the lip sync for the season 10 ball episode where Monet Exchange and Dusty Ray Bottoms had landed in the bottom, and it's probably most famous for Monet doing her fake out, jump into a split. But this lip sync is basically like a masterclass in pacing, because when Monet Exchange like fakes this out, the entire rest of the performance were like, oh my god, she's gonna do the split at the drop of the beat. And then she doesn't do it again, and then at the very last beat drop, she does it. So it's like the entire thing is like anticipating her doing it, so you're kind of like waiting on the edge of your seat for her to do it, and then she does it, and it totally is worth it. And Dusty Ray Bottoms was also there Dusty actually did surprisingly well. So like good on Dusty for putting up a fight. She does like her little kind of like electrocution like dance thing. And it works. It like generally works. It's really good. I really like this lip sync. Hence why it's on the list. Now at number 8, we have Evie Oddly versus Brooklyn Heights lip syncing to Sorry Not Sorry by Demi Lovato. Baby, I'm sorry. It's important to note that these two were like highly in contention for winning the crown, and to see them both in the bottom on the same episode was insane. The lip sync quickly like devolves or evolves depending on your point of view into the lip syncing being kind of like a afterthought, and it was more just who could do the most insane crazy flips on the stage. And so this lip sync is just complete chaos. It's just, you know, watching these two extremely flexible people just try and out flexible each other. Like there's even a shot where you can even see that RuPaul is struggling which one to focus on. So overall this lip sync is just really funny. It's just like crazy to see these two, you know, acrobats just completely like fly all over the stage. So at number 7 we have Trinity K. Bonet. Just in general, I tried to find one Trinity K. Bonet lip sync because I definitely knew that I wanted to include one of them here, but I just don't know which one because she's in so many good ones and I feel like they're all equally amazing in different ways. So I wanted to pick one, but I don't know which one. Every single one of them could be here, and that is the problem, and I don't know which one I should choose. But I think we might just go for the one which is probably the most popular, which is the Laganja versus Trinity K. Bonet. Despite the fact that the one that connects with me the most is the Milk one. And also I really like the Vibology one anyway. Literally, you could put all of them in here, but I'm going to talk about the Laganja one. It probably is the most famous, partly because it's the newest, but also just because of the crazy, again, acrobatics that Laganja specifically displays during this one. Laganja came in there with like a fire inside her because she had nothing to win, you know, by doing good in this lip sync. Like there really is not that much, you know, a lip sync assassin can gain. It's not like she was like on the show and that she could have went home, or that, you know, she was trying to win money. Like she literally had nothing to win, but she decided to go so hard. For absolutely no reason. And we ended up with one of the, you know, craziest lip syncs that we've ever gotten, with both Trinity K. Bonet and Laganja, you know, giving it their best and doing really, really, really well. Ultimately, Laganja did triumph over Trinity K. Bonet, but Trinity K. Bonet's, you know, efforts during this lip sync should not be overlooked. But I remember at the time when this lip sync came out, it was just like people were going crazy over this lip sync. They were calling it the best lip sync of all time. That is why it has a place on the list. But I'm also, you know, that's kind of like my more objective, you know, thing. But also subjectively, I would put all of the Trinity K. Bonet ones in season 6 onto this one too. Now at number 6 we have Coco Montrese versus Alyssa Edwards lip syncing to Cold Hearted Snake by Paula Abdul.
I'm making sure the judges see every word that's coming out of my mouth, as if I was Paula Abdul herself.
Now this was the lip sync which marked the end of Drag Race's most iconic feud of all time, Alyssa Edwards versus Coco Montrese. Alyssa Edwards was crowned Miss Gay America in 2010, but she didn't fulfill the duties of the role, and so the title was revoked from her and was given to the runner-up of the competition, which was Coco Montrese. And so Drag Race casted them both on the same season, and we got the most chaotic, like petty feud we've ever seen on the show.
And then walks in Coco Montrese, the face crack of the century.
It's so good. It's probably the most well-known storyline out of all of Drag Race. So when you have this feud that had lasted the entire season, and we all knew that they were, you know, gonna end up in the bottom together at some point. So when they actually did, it was like the entire season had been building up to this moment of the Alyssa Edwards versus Coco Montrese lip sync. And expectations were very high, and neither one of them disappointed. You have like Coco's huge like sleeves which fit the song so well, and you have my personal favorite part, which is Coco Montrese like airbending on the stage. It's so good. Having context for it does make it a lot better, because like the drama of it is increased, but overall it's still a really great lip sync. Even if you didn't know the whole storyline behind it, it's still amazing. But just having that, you know, crazy storyline and this be like the conclusion of it just makes it that much better. Now at number 5, we have a very recent lip sync. We have Sasha Colby versus Anitra during the Lollapalooza, where they both lip sync to I'm in Love with a Monster by Fifth Harmony.
Hit me! Hit me! Hit me! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8!
So season 15 had a bunch of great lip syncers on the cast, but none of them were more feared than Sasha Colby and Anitra, which is why during the Lollapalooza, absolutely no one chose to go up against them in a lip sync, leaving them to have to lip sync against one another. And the quality of this lip sync is just like validation that they all made the right decision, because both of them absolutely killed it. It would have been virtually impossible to survive a lip sync, specifically against Sasha Colby, who is the person who ended up winning this lip sync. Even though Anitra didn't win, it's like, did she really lose? You know, she still did absolutely phenomenal. I'm so happy that it was caught on camera and given to us for our eyeballs to enjoy. Now at number 4, we probably have the most well-known lip sync of all time. We have Sasha Velour versus Shea Coulee to So Emotional by Whitney Houston. I've talked about this lip sync so many times on the channel at this point, and that is because it is a very influential lip sync. It literally like ruined finales for a couple of years, and it is literally like the main storyline setup for an entire All-Stars season. That's how much this lip sync affected the Drag Race, you know, sphere. But just because this is like the Pandora box of lip syncs that, you know, it released so much chaos onto the world, it doesn't take away how absolutely phenomenal it is. If anything, the reason that it has the, you know, impact that it has had is because it is so great. Going into the finale, Shea Coulee had like a guaranteed win. She had it in the bag, and it was pretty much guaranteed. Like, we had never had someone on the show before who had gotten 4 wins in one season and who had not won that season. So to have someone who basically had the crown in the bag, to have to do the lip sync for the crown, and her competitor, the Dark Horse, you know, upstage her so much to the point where she got knocked out of the competition, and Sasha Velour, the Dark Horse, was able to go on to the end and win. It was crazy to see at the time. I watched that season live, and I was a Sasha Velour stan. And I remember being like, oh, I hope she wins going into the finale, but I kind of knew that she probably wasn't gonna win. So then when I did open up my phone that day and I saw she won, I was like, what? How the fuck did she win? You know, I was like shocked. I was like, you know, like that Elizabeth Debicki like meme where she's like, you know, shocked getting up to like go get the award or whatever. That's literally me when I saw that Sasha Velour won. I know a lot of people think that it's overhyped just because of how much people love this lip sync, but it is, you know, it's famous for a reason. To have a, you know, top whatever lip syncs of all time and to not include this lip sync on it, I think would be a crime. So now we are into top 3 territory. So let's get into it. Now at number 3, we have Alyssa Edwards versus Tatiana in the Revenge of the Queens episode on All Stars 2, where they lip sync to Shut Up and Drive by Rihanna. Now, this is the placement that I think a lot of people on the internet are going to get mad at me for, because this is always hailed as the best lip sync of all time. People absolutely love this lip sync, and I completely understand why, which is why it's so high on the list. This lip sync was basically just the perfect storm, because you had Alyssa Edwards and Tatiana having to lip sync to fight their way back into the competition. They had extremely similar outfits that were coordinating, despite the fact that they did not coordinate them themselves. You know, one was dressed in black, one was dressed in white, a very yin-yang. They also both had similar choreographed routines that kind of like complemented one another. They both win their way back into the competition, and they eliminate Fifi O'Hara, who was like the villain of that season. And when talking about the best lip syncs, this lip sync will always be there. Now at number 2, we have Dita Ritz versus the Princess lip syncing to This Will Be an Everlasting Love by Natalie Cole.
This will be you and me. Come on. Yes, sorry. Well.
This is like a masterclass in lip syncing. You know, like this was a pretty old lip sync. It was back on season 4, and a lot of people kind of forgot about it for a while. And then in the recent years, it kind of came back up as kind of one of the best lip sync, if not the best lip sync. Again, along with Alyssa Edwards and Tatiana, this is hailed as one of, if not the best lip sync in the entire show. Specifically, Dita Ritz. You know, the Princess put up, you know, a little bit of a fight, but she was just demolished by Dita Ritz. You know, Dita Ritz was able to capture the essence of the song so well. Not only did Dita Ritz hit the, you know, physical beats in terms of her dancing, but she also hit the emotional beats. You know, she completely and totally captured the joy of the song. You also have the judges absolutely loving it and singing along with her and kind of dancing along with her and just kind of like seeing the joy that she brought into the room on that very day is very, very heartwarming to watch. It's a heartwarming lip sync. Bring back Dita Ritz for All Stars. That's what I'm saying. You know, also bring her back as like a lip sync assassin if you're going to do that shitty format again. Like the fact that she hasn't been back is kind of crazy, considering that we've had basically everyone from the show on a second time. The fact that Dita Ritz has not gone back and she's also expressed the want to in the past is kind of crazy. Just freaking let her on a season. Like, what do you... Why? Why are you keeping her from All Stars? So before we get on to our number one lip sync that I'm going to be talking about here today, I also want to do a quick speed run of kind of the lip syncs that I really love that didn't make the list for whatever reason. This is like the short list of lip syncs which I had and which didn't make it, but we're going to talk about it. One of my favorite lip syncs of all time, a personal favorite, is Detox versus Linacia Sparks. I absolutely love it. Next up, we have Fifi versus Alaska. Fifi did absolutely phenomenal here, and I would have given the win to Fifi. Scarlett versus Raja. Last Dance is one of my favorite songs ever of all time, and they did it such justice. Jujubee versus Sahara, lip syncing to Black Velvet. Honestly, looking back at this list now that I've made it, probably this one should have been on it, and I think it should have been very high, and that was my mistake. Apologies. Latrice versus Kenya. Kylie versus Morgan. I absolutely love this lip sync. I just wish it was longer. Aja versus Nina. Again, another phenomenal lip sync from season 9. Naomi versus Gia. One of the, you know, most kind of like a jaw-dropping moments with her doing the back bend. Naomi versus Monet. Alyssa versus Roxy. One of the most iconic moments in all of Drag Race with the first ever wig reveal. I've talked about it on my channel before. We're actually running out of Drag Race things to talk about on this channel. Marsha versus Anitra with the Free Willy jump is very iconic. Peppermint versus Cynthia to Music by Madonna. And then we have Raja versus Brooklyn. And there probably is more that I'm forgetting, but I definitely wanted to give a mention because I really, really love this show and I love the lip syncs on this show. And to not mention some of these in the best lip syncs of all time would be kind of a criminal, it would be something that I would go to jail for. My own moral jail I would end up in if I didn't mention them. Now we have our number one spot, the lip sync which I think is the best lip sync from the entire show, the one that, you know, has a special place in my heart. We have Chi Chi DeVayne versus Thorgy Thor lip syncing to And I'm Telling You I'm Not Going by Jennifer Holliday. This is, to me, the best lip sync in the entire show. Chi Chi's performance is just extremely beautiful. Like, again, this is one of the only lip syncs on Drag Race, which I would say is beautiful. It is a beautiful lip sync. Chi Chi giving such a powerful performance, you know, it already was absolutely beautiful and emotional, but the fact that she's passed away since just kind of adds extra layers of, like, power to the performance, because it is, like, I highly recommend if you have not seen this lip sync before, go watch it. It's absolutely amazing. Thorgy's performance in it is very hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. Specifically the, hey, look at me, I'm gonna do a cartwheel bit. Where she waves at the judges just to show that she can do a cartwheel during this, you know, ballad. And Thorgy definitely accepted defeat by the end. She knew she had lost because of the way that she ends. She kind of like centers Chi Chi as the main event. And now it will forever, you know, exist on the internet as kind of like a monument to Chi Chi. So that's the list. Leave your favorite lip syncs down in the comments. I'd love to read through them. Please like, subscribe, and comment. It really helps me out. I have a Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. If you want to go follow me over there, please do. And I also have a Patreon that has an extended version of this very video where we talk about all of the patrons' favorite Drag Race lip syncs. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. And now it is that special time of the video where I give a shout out to Cam, Emma Waters, Lona, Jay Stevenson, Celeste, did you just say wig? Bradley McGuigan, Reese Burke, James Burton, Cool Gal Nan, Vern Wisner, Craig Blythe, Brony RuPaul, Valerie with Love, Jabroni, Giovanni JPEG, Edgar Allan Pup, Cat Chat, Yuno, Michael, Planet Daniel, The Almighty Anginator, Jamie James Bradshaw, Nico Montano, Ravi Kasari, Eve, Dip, Oliver Wyatt, Yoon Wyatt, Vico Pop, and Tone. Thank you so much, every single patron. Look at all these names passing by your screen right now. They're all amazing. I appreciate every single one of them. You're helping the channel. You're helping me just live and keep alive, which is you know, something I appreciate. Thank you so much, every single one of you. And thank you again to Hullscairn for sponsoring this video. You can click the link at the top of the description to get 10% off your first purchase. Thank you so much, everyone. Oh my god, I have so many thank yous. This is crazy. Okay, I'm leaving now. Bye.